Oh yeah. Yep. When you pass the program, they give you this shirt. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be in sections. I might have to glue all together. Okay. Yeah, right about here. More angle. Levels down. Okay. Alright, so now this is kind of what I was telling you guys about earlier. Um, Ways of getting a curve into your armor. One is just simply heat bending it. Another way is cutting it a certain way and then gluing it that way. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and do just that. So how I start a kind of a straight line right here, I'm going to go ahead and I want to start curving it. Curve it there. And I'm going to give it a slight curve up there. So let me bring you out a bit more. Right to the edge, so to speak. Then bring you down. Be more of a dramatic curve. Then I can go ahead and do the opening. That goes down like that. Then what about doing big armors is definitely it's a huge challenge. Huge. Because you are your body, well, you're not hopefully as big as that character you're trying to cosplay, and even then we're human, so our human dimensions are nowhere near as fantastically built or statured as some of these creations. So you kind of gotta always have that in your head as you're working on this stuff, and you kind of figure out, okay, how can I get my body silhouette to look as close to that character's silhouette as possible. So it forces you to be really, really creative when it comes to certain things. And that's part of the fun, and challenge of cosplaying. Being able to figure out how to make that work, and make it work well. And in my case, I have an extra added challenge to the fact that I gotta make all this suit break down into a BMW. That's gonna be a big challenge. Which is also why as I'm building stuff, I'm really paying attention to all the seams that are showing in the artwork. And I'm gonna try to use all those various seams as my break points. Points where I can be able to break apart the suit, with no problem, and neatly pack it, and then be able to easily put it back together, at the convention center. Okay. pull this off here. I'm going to further define the art, the pattern, how you want to call it, before I start cutting it. Once I'm done with this sketch here, I'll cut it out and then I'll lay it up against my address form once again and just make sure everything is meeting where it should be and the bend is decent. Then once I'm happy with that, I can go ahead and get the foam and cut it out of EVA. They're probably down. Probably. Alright, so everyone, you can get your Pokemon Go on. So let's go ahead and chop this bad boy, well, carve them out. Let me get this out the way. I don't want to waste any of that if I don't have to. Might have to increase this curve if it doesn't round out as much as I need it to. But it is kind of tricky because with this character, it's not a crazy round bend like right about here. It kind of calms down, but the real bend is towards the bottom and towards the neck area a little bit. Which is why I just didn't do a full like circle. I kind of did a lazy circle, half circle cut. Alright, so this is the pattern thus far. Neck area, down here by the lower torso area. Let me pin this back into place. Hey Brooks, how you doing, man? Okay, so get that. Oh yeah. Alright, down here, I'm gonna add a piece because of the bend. So I'm gonna bring this out maybe about 4 or 5 inches more. And then down, which is fine. Alright, so let's do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna draw an additional piece and I'm gonna tape it onto this. No, that's too short. Chop a piece of this off. I'm gonna look at my second concept art piece. Basically, there's a really good 3D artist named Jay Miles. Oh, doing good, Brooks, doing good. But yeah, basically, there's an artist named Mr. Jay Miles who did a really, really good 3D concept art pose of Calibretto. And you can spin it around, turn it upside down, zoom in on it, which is awesome. And while it's not like dead on accurate to Calibretto from what the dev team has done, it's close enough to give me an idea of the overall dimension of the character. So for me, it's been a huge help, because with 2D art sometimes you really can't tell how wide a piece may be. How long, yeah, but how wide, no. Unless they have released front, back, and side poses, you can't tell. Like when I first started working on Calibretto, I didn't know about the art Jay Miles had posted up. So I was working basically off of just the front, kind of like almost 3/4 shot, more like 2 1/3 of Calibretto that they've always been showing. And